People in Wilbrooke like candles. We keep them in tasteful brass holders on the mantel, in glass jars on the dining table, in little porcelain cups shaped like roses. We buy them at the town craft fair from smiling women who say vague things like, "This scent is good for keeping things out." No one ever says what those things are. I used to light mine only on Sundays. A little ritual, one in the kitchen during breakfast, one in the living room after church, one in the bedroom before bed. I liked the soft flicker, the simple routine. It made the house feel less like a model home in a brochure and more like somewhere a real person lived. Last Tuesday I didn't light any of them. I remember that clearly because I fell asleep on the couch in my work clothes. I woke up sometime after midnight to the smell of warm wax and sugar. A soft glow washed over the room as though the town had installed a new street lamp just outside my window. When I sat up, every candle in the living room was burning. 3 on the coffee table, 2 skinny tapers on the mantel, 1 stubby one on the side table that I hated and never used. Little flames, all exactly the same height, barely moving. For a moment I thought I'd forgotten blowing them out. Then I remembered. I'd never lit them in the first place. I froze, listening. Wilbrooke nights are usually quiet, but there's still the hum of refrigerators, the click of a neighbor's television, the occasional car. That night my house sounded attentive, like the walls were holding their breath. I stood, moving slowly, and walked toward the hall. As I turned, I saw the dining room. Those candles were lit too, 6 of them perfectly spaced down the table runner, flames standing straight as soldiers. The wax had barely melted. They hadn't been burning long. My heart hammered. I grabbed the closest thing that could pass for a weapon, the brass candle snuffer my mother gave me when I moved to Wilbrooke, and crept down the hallway. Bedroom next, bathroom, guest room I never use. Every candle was burning. The one on the edge of the tub, the ones on the dresser, the tiny emergency one in the far back of the linen closet that I didn't even remember owning, all lit. All the same height, all the same steady, obedient flame. I checked the thermostat. I checked the windows. I checked the locks. Nothing was open. No smell of gasoline, no hint of a draft. Just that thick, sweet smell of wax, and something else underneath it, a faint metallic edge, like old coins. When I reached for the candle on my nightstand, the flame twitched. Not from my movement, not from breath. It jerked sideways, pointing toward the door. So did the one on my dresser, and the one on the bookshelf. Every flame in the room bent in the same direction, like compass needles turning north toward the hallway. I stepped back. The candles in the hall responded too, their flames leaning toward the front of the house now, all pointing down like a glowing arrow. I followed. When I reached the living room, the candles on the coffee table bent toward the front door. The tapers on the mantel did the same, their flames almost horizontal now, straining without going out. Whoever lit them wanted me to answer the door. I didn't want to, but this is Wilbrooke. We're taught to be polite to visitors. We're taught that ignoring a knock can be considered uncooperative. I went to the peephole. Outside, my porch was empty. The lawn was neat, the street quiet. Every house across from mine was dark, except for a faint light in the Hendersons' bedroom. Their curtains moved slowly, as if someone was standing just out of view. No one was at my door. The candles behind me crackled. Their flames stretched even farther, straining so hard they flickered at the edges. "Fine," I whispered. "I'm looking." I unlatched the chain and opened the door an inch. Nothing. Just cool night air and the faint scent of cut grass. As I started to close it, something brushed the edge of the door. Not a hand. Not anything visible. More like resistance. Like a body slipping past in a crowd without touching you, but leaving a shape in the air. The flames behind me suddenly snapped upright. Every candle in the house, they went out all at once. The darkness rushed in so fast it felt solid. In the silence, the phone on my wall rang. One shrill, old-fashioned ring, the kind Janine uses for her HOA announcements. My heart climbed into my throat. I picked it up. "Thank you for letting me in," a woman's voice said pleasantly. The line crackled with a soft, candle-like hiss. "Diane appreciates your cooperation." I stared into the pitch-black house. "Leave your candles out," the voice added. "Next time, we won't need to ask." The line went dead. I haven't lit a candle since. They don't need me to.